Comrade Todd's life was fashioned at the intersection of discipline, faith, and artistry. Born in Komani in 1921 to a household where an organist father and a soprano mother filled the air with harmony. They learned early that music is both craft and calling, a teacher by vocation and a composer by destiny. He came of age in Johannesburg creative ferment, performing with the merry Blackbirds and the Harlem Swingsters, helping to forge an urban sound that carried both joy and defiance. From Dokey House to Drum Magazine, Todd understood that culture is not an accessory to politics. It is a front line. In his celebrated column, his pen channeled his dreams and aspirations. A pen that made the city's heartbeat legible and the dignity of black life undeniable. History demanded of him to utilize his pen not as a substitute to the sword, for he knew the struggle was multifaceted. He knew the armed struggle had its place and that his contribution was through the might of the pen. His experience could therefore not perfectly fit into the saying that a pen is mightier than the sword. Those comrades were perilous times, of which every station in life was a calling. In the arts, on the streets, in schools, amongst youth organizations, the religious sector, and many more, carved their unique role in fighting the brutal system of apartheid. His compositions, Hamba Kahle, Mkhalipile, in honor of Father Trevor Huddleston, and the seventh part, Uxolo, braided African rhythm with choral structure, were to create a language of moral insistence, a people's plea for freedom, unity, and justice. Then came King Kong. Here was an all-black South African musical that drew multiracial audiences, in defiance of apartheid prohibitions, catapulting our talent to the world stage and announcing that the oppressed will narrate themselves with beauty, humor, and truth. When exile pushed the Machikiza family to London and later to Zambia, Comrade Todd carried the struggle in his hands and in his voice. Researching and archiving African music, broadcasting, writing, and making the case that African modernity sings in many tongues but with one purpose: freedom. He left us in Lusaka in March 1968, not yet 47, but by then he had already composed a vocabulary for remembrance. Today we return him to the land of his birth, his ancestral home, to the echoes of a life well lived. In so doing, we declare that South Africa's freedom song has authors whose names must be spoken with reverence. Artists who shaped our political imagination and taught us to recognize one another as fully human. If Comrade Todd scored the sound